Lashonda, I guess this is probably the first time we've gotten to talk to you since you got here. Can you kind of talk us through what your choice was to come to Ole Miss and what ended up being the main factor that brought you down here?
I really just think I was looking for a family environment for my last year. Just going somewhere that I can make an impact, immediately. I was just really loved what Coach O was offering and what she was giving, what she gave to her teams previous year. So that was really my main factor in choosing a school.
You've talked a lot over the last couple of years about wanting somebody like you, somebody who can be that point guard that leads the court. Just kind of how have you stepped up into that role and how are you kind of seeing yourself fitting with this team?
Just really getting out of my comfort zone. She's asked a lot of me, things that I know I can do. Really just being the point guard that she's expecting, being the leader, talking more. So, just really me stepping out of my comfort zone.
Shakira, how have the new faces, in particular the transfers, folded into what you guys already have?
It's just been a journey, a growing process. We started from the summer. We tried to set the standard and set the tone for, what we're trying to do this year. And they just came in and really helped us put the pieces together, and we're continuing to just build so that it can show on the court.
You've seen this team develop year one to year two. Is it better? How is it better? Just what
Yeah,
you've seen?
it's definitely better. We compete every day in practice, like just the competition level, the experience that they have, going to the tournament, just different things that play into, how we're growing every day. And, it's just a whole different vibe from last year. Like, the expectations are super high this year. So we're all on the same page and we're all just ready to get us going.
Shakira, y'all really didn't have a non-conference schedule last season. This non-conference schedule this year can be pretty challenging just looking at it on paper. How does that help you prepare for SEC play, and how would have having some non-conference games last year helped you guys?
It prepares us like no other. We play in the SEC. It's the best conference in the country. So, it just gets everybody prepared for, coming to play every single game. I don't think playing anybody easy would have helped anybody this year. I think we really just need to show what we've been doing this whole summer, just competing and just putting it all together before we have our first game.
Shonda, just the talent that you see on this team compared to where you came from. How is playing on a team like this different than kind of what you've experienced in the past?
Really just, the buy-in. I think everybody here has like an ultimate goal. It's kind of different from where I came from, where, you have some people who's just, doing it because they love to do it. But we're here is like people with an actual goal, to play the next level or whatever the case may be. So I just think that the competitive nature is kind of different, versus where I came from here now.
Have you elevated to that standard, or have you kind of given them something that you brought with you? Just kind of how do you think you've helped change?
Kind of both. I've always been a competitive player, but it's kind of, playing with Kira and a lot of other players, it kind of made me, have to step up my competitive nature a little bit more. But, I've always had it in me, so it's just kind of bring it out of me.
Any further questions from our locals? Any questions from the crowd in Zoom? Courtney, go ahead.
Shakira, you've popped up on pretty much every preseason watch list imaginable. How are you kind of handling that media attention?
I don't think I pay it too much mind. It's definitely an honor, a privilege to be recognized as one of the best. But, I'm really just focused on winning this season.
Is there anything about your team that both of you feel like might be going unnoticed, or that maybe people don't see because they're not in practice with both of you every day?
I would say you just gotta wait for the first game. We've really just been working. People might sleep on us, people might know what we have to bring, but regardless, we come in every day, we work, we're trying to get better. Obviously we still trying to work on a lot of things, but we're putting it together, so.